Hello, everybody. Welcome to Eagle Chat Counseling. My name is Jana Weiss. I'm the Student Life Coordinator for Global Online. And today we're going to talk all about counseling and what type of resources that they have. You'd be surprised at what all counseling actually helps with. And today we have a licensed counselor with us. He's over at Northwest. His name is Patrick Nguyen. Thanks for coming, Patrick.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Jenna. So my name is Patrick Nguyen. I'm the Interim Associate Dean of Students. I was formerly the lead counselor over at the Northwest College, but I do have a pretty long background in counseling and advising. So thank you guys so much for coming in today. What we'll do is I'll just do a really quick presentation on counseling and then open the floor to questions. Okay. So. We'll also discuss resources that are available to students, where to find us. All right, so the mission of the HCC Counseling Department is to provide holistic support for students pursuing their educational goals. In order to accomplish this, we provide a full range of professional students to all HCC enrolled students. Okay, we have about 24 full-time licensed counselors. So all of our counselors are either licensed professional counselors, licensed social workers, licensed marriage and family therapists. We also have several. We have one psychologist, and then we have some counselors with all different types of certifications, from CBT to which is cognitive behavioral therapy, to I think one's a sex counselor, so they can talk about like a really intimate detail sometimes. So we have all of our counselors are licensed therapists. So there's a difference between counselors and advisors. Okay, so advisors, those are the ones who will help you with your degree plan, your transfer plan, what classes to take, placement exam, career, seeing what does my class fit the career I want to go into, manage it, do I have, am I taking the correct classes for my major, right? Counselors are all licensed mental health professionals. Okay, so we provide time limited short-term counseling for our currently enrolled students. We work with students facing anxiety, depression, coping skills, stress, loss, grief. We also provide accommodations for students if you have a documented disability, have ADD, ADHD, you're blind, deaf, hard of hearing. We can provide accommodations for you to be put on an even playing field with other students in that class. And we also work with students on basic needs. So if you're battling hunger, homelessness, issues with finances, that we can connect you with resources inside and outside of the college to help you hopefully overcome some of those basic needs challenges. All right. So we provide personal mental health counseling, ADA, career counseling, academic skills enhancement. We provide a lot of programming. So throughout the entire semester, you're going to see a lot of different types of programming, from, how to talk to your friends about suicide, or test anxiety, or domestic violence, relationship issues, or how to deal with relationship issues. So we'll bring speakers on campus, and we'll have regular workshops and events. We provide Title IX pregnancy and domestic violence accommodations, and we work really closely with our Title IX office to provide counseling for both the person who submits the report, and the accused and the alleged. So the accused and the victim. Okay. All right. So when you're working with a counselor, we provide time-limited, short-term personal counseling, approximately 3 to 5 sessions per semester. It's free, and it's only available for currently enrolled students. So if you're taking a class, you're more than welcome to do some of these counseling sessions with one of our counselors. What we try to do is focus on personal issues that can prevent you from achieving your academic success, right? So when I talk to clients, sometimes they're going to say, oh, I'm not doing well in class because my professor doesn't work with me, right? and but when you dig a little bit deeper, you're like, well, they're not working with you maybe because you're not able to communicate in a way that they understand. So we work on those communication skills, or maybe you're not communicating, or we look at other ways of communication, like communication by email, or communication in person, or communication by Canvas, right? So we look at alternatives, right? Or maybe it could be not the professor, but maybe the professor, your learning style and the professor's teaching style, there's a clash. So we kind of help you. We work with you to help you understand your learning style and say, let's see what else works, right? So you're a stronger reader, so let's do these types of techniques. Or you're a stronger visual person, or you're a stronger tactile person. So what are some of the strategies that we can use to work with a tactile learner or work with a visual learner? Or we help you and refer you to the additional resources like tutoring, or seeing what works in the past and saying, hey, is that something that we can set up for you in the future? If you've worked with groups in the past, let's see what we can do to let's put some strategies together to create a group so that you can study in a group, right? So we want to you know exactly what your learning style is, and we want to kind of focus, remind you of, help you put that learning style in the forefront of your mind, and then look at some strategies to really utilize those learning styles, right? And then even though it's short term, 3 to 5 sessions, I've sometimes see clients even longer. So depending on the counselor, that they can see clients, a little bit more often within the semester, and but that's something that you work out with your counselor. For longer term counseling or other supportive services, counselors can refer you to community resources outside of the college. All right. We also work with medical compassionate withdrawals. So if you're having issues in your class, okay, so you have a medical condition, your parents were laid off, so you had to work, and because you're working a little bit more hours, you can't study as much, or you're not doing very well, it's already past the last day to withdraw, then you may qualify for a medical compassionate withdrawal, which allows you to withdraw from the class up to 1 year after the class has ended. So if you failed a class, let's say, last semester, in the fall semester, you failed and you had an extenuating circumstance, you may qualify for a medical compassionate withdrawal. And if it's approved, then we can convert that F to a W. Okay. We may not be able to refund you, but we can convert that F to a W, and the W doesn't affect your GPA. Okay. We also work with at-risk students. So our biggest caseload of students tends to be students on probation, suspension, or continued probation, and we work with academic recovery to help you build those skills to do better in your classes. We do a lot of educational outreach, domestic violence, drug, alcohol prevention, mental health first aid, suicide awareness, ADA, and we work with students on basic needs. All right, so if you're looking to receive accommodations, it's any students with a documented disability who has a verified impairment of their limits with one or more major activities, then we may be able to provide accommodations to you. We will be able to, hopefully we'll be able to provide accommodations to you. And come on in, talk to any of our ADA counselors, provide that documentation from a doctor or from a healthcare professional, and we can provide those accommodations for you. Okay. All right. So we try to look at students holistically. Okay. So I know you're here for classes. I know that you are here to finish your education and get a good job, right? But everything outside of these doors, everything outside of this campus is going to affect you inside the campus, okay? When you're having issues with your significant other, when you're having issues with your family, when you're having financial issues, when you're having work issues, all these things are going to affect you in school. Okay. So we want to look at you holistically. We don't say, oh, you need tutoring, or you're not doing well, go to tutoring, or manage your time better. No, it's prioritization of time, right? So if your family, if your parents are laid off, then you're going to work more to try to support them. So that prioritization is, I'm going to work more. I'm not going to be able to study more. So school goes to the wayside, and rightfully so, right? Um, and you're not going to be able to juggle all these things. By working with a counselor, we can find ways to possibly juggle, to maybe help with the finances and, hey, apply for these resources. Or we can say, let's withdraw you, okay, to kind of protect that GPA, because ultimately you want to transfer or you want to get that job. And with that higher GPA, that's going to help you get that job in the future. Okay. We also have tons of videos at our website, Counselor's Corner, and we have a basic needs questionnaire, which can kind of step you through some of the issues that you may be facing and provide immediate resources. All right. So where to find us? The best way to find us is going to be on our website. So if you go to hccs.edu/counseling, you'll be able to go to take a look at the services that we offer, some of the resources that we have, and also take a look at the contacts for the counselors. And to contact a counselor, all you got to do is read their bios, and connect with them, email them, say, hey, I'd like to schedule an appointment for personal counseling. And they're going to respond to you within 24 hours to say, these are the dates that are available, or here's the link that you can schedule an appointment with me. Okay. And the good thing about our counseling visits is, our counseling appointments, is that you can meet with them virtually. So you can be anywhere in the US or anywhere in Texas, and preferably in Texas, and meet with one of our licensed counselors. Okay. They can meet with you virtually through Microsoft Teams or WebEx, whatever software platform, or Zoom, or you can meet with them in person. Okay, so the only thing that we don't do is telephone counseling appointments, because I think that face-to-face interaction, those nonverbal cues are super, super important to a counseling relationship. They're going to be able to say, okay, well, it looks like you're not able to understand that, or I could see you tense up a little bit when I talk about this. They can really call you out on things. Okay, so it's most important if you can be able to display that body language when talking to a counselor. Okay, so that they can really understand what the issue is. Okay. Some additional information: if you notice any concerning behaviors from any of your classmates, please submit a Maxient report. So if you go to our website, click Maxient, or search for Maxient or concerning behavior, please submit it. So if somebody says, hey, I want to hurt myself, I want to hurt others, or if somebody says, oh yeah, I just got kicked out of the house and I don't know where to live, submit that report. Let us know. That way we can start outreaching to that student and see if we can provide, hopefully provide some resources and help with the situation. If there's a Title IX issue, so Title IX is a law that we have to that a lot of schools have to follow. And if there's any sexual, gender misconduct or any types of discrimination, please submit a report. It's also a Maxient report. If you feel that somebody's discriminating against you because of a protected class, your gender, your race, your sexual orientation, your religion, then you can submit a discrimination report, and we'll investigate it. Your only job here is to study, and we want to make sure that nobody impedes that job, right? So if somebody, a student, a faculty, a staff member, is discriminating against you or treating you differently because of these protected classes, then let us know so that we can get you back to being a student, get you back to being doing your job as a student. Okay, and then ACC Police 713-718-8888 or dial 911. If you dial 911 and you're on campus, make sure you tell them, hey, which location you're at, what room number, what building number. They're going to need all that information because a lot of our campuses are very large, multi-building campuses. So it's going to be very, very helpful. But if you call ACCPD, they know exactly. If you say, oh, I'm in the Harmon building, they know that you're at Central. They know that it's the Harmon building, first floor, second floor, whatever it is, you know. So be as specific as possible when you're calling. All right, so that's about all I have. Does anybody have any questions about counseling and ability services?
Feel free to unmute to ask your question.
Okay. So sometimes,
I have a question. Sorry.
Yes.
Hi. So I'm Deborah. I'm an international student, and I was listening to what you're saying, but does everything that you said apply to us as well, or is it just citizens of the United States?
It applies to all students, international students, undocumented students, U.S. citizens, permanent residents. So all of our services are available to all students. So all counselors are available to all students for mental health counseling. Some of the resources that we refer you outside, okay, some are resources that are available for international students, and some are resources that are not available for international students. Okay. Um, uh, uh, Title IX, that's available for all students. So if you are being discriminated against, if you know you're pregnant, and you know pregnancy is a protected class because only females can be pregnant. So if you're being discriminated because you're a female, then yes, that's a Title IX issue. You're protected also. That's available for our students. I hope that answers your question. A lot of our services are available for all students. The good check, if something is available or not available, is there any, are you asking for any funding? Okay. So am I asking for financial aid? Am I asking for tuition reimbursement or something like that? If that funding comes from the government, then yes, that may not be available to students. Okay, and that's just funding. But a lot of other resources that come from the government is available for everybody, like our food resources, right? So a lot of our campuses have Eagle Markets, and those are free groceries, and it's really designed. We get that food from the Houston Food Bank, which is the largest food bank in the world. Okay, I mean that's how that's how big the Houston Food Bank is. No other food bank is larger than the Houston Food Bank, and we get food from them. We provide to our students, and what we want to do is, and you don't have to be an international. You don't have to be a U.S. citizen to receive food from the food scholarship program or the Eagle Market. So it's open for all students. The idea for that, and I'm kind of going on a tangent, is if we can save a student $200 or $300 on their groceries, then that's $200 or $300 that they can use for something else, like car repair, gas, whatever it is. Because it's going to be very rare that somebody comes up to you or an organization comes up to you and say, boom, here's $300 because you said that you needed a new phone, or here's $300 or $400 because you need a gas or you need to fix your car, right? Like it's very rare to have that organization. But if they can help supplement your food, help supplement your grocery bill, which it's something that you have to buy anyway, but if we can save you money, then hopefully you can use that money for what you need. Any other questions? Deborah, did I answer your question?
I don't have
You
any
did.
questions.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Or
I
Camilla?
don't have any questions anymore. You pretty much answered some, but thank you.
Okay. Is there anything you would like for me to clarify?
Um, when you're going through stuff mentally, do you have to show them proof, such as you're going to therapy or you receive medications or diagnosis? Like,
You never have to disclose anything to anybody. Okay?
well, no one told me
Uh-huh.
about I could just withdraw the class instead of
Mhm.
taking the F because I had mental health issues.
Yes.
So
So
I did not know
so
about that.
let me provide you a caveat, okay? So you don't ever have to disclose anything to anybody. But if you don't disclose some things to some people, then they're not able to disclose options to you, correct?
Yeah.
So if you're not saying, "Oh, I need help," how do we know you need help, right?
I just
So,
didn't know that that
uh,
was an option, basically.
well, we didn't know that you were having issues. So it's kind of like what comes first, the chicken or egg, right? Um, and we want all of our students to be able to advocate for themselves. So if you're able to just give a little bit of information, and that's why our counselors are there. If you're going through therapy, and if you need help, and you need a private, confidential place. So, the good thing about our counselors is that we label our counselors as confidential employees, right? For Title IX purposes. And what that means is that if you say, I'm going through a domestic violence situation, by law, any other employee has to say, hey, student XYZ is going, like, this student is going through a domestic violence situation. But as a confidential employee, they only have to say a student is going through a domestic violence. They don't have to identify the student. Okay. And,
Okay.
and what it is that we want to build that trust between you and the counselor. So if you're going through things, then let us know. Let somebody know so that we can help navigate it, provide different avenues, right? If you didn't do well last semester because of some of the concerns that you went through previously, talk to a counselor. Ask them, can I do a medical compassion withdrawal? And you can do it up to a year after the class has ended. So I think uh, the you can submit. So you can't do it for fall 2024 because that semester is already ended, but you can do it for spring 2025, right? So if you didn't do well spring 2025, summer 2025, or fall 2025, and you failed the class and you want to, because of your because of what you're going through, then you can let the counselor know, submit a medical compassionate withdrawal. They will ask for documentation um, uh, uh, because we need to put it on file. So if we get audited, like, what is the student going through, right? Um, uh, and then they can review your application and then approve it or deny it. Okay. It doesn't hurt. Work with a counselor, talk to us, and let us know what we can do to to help you succeed. Because ultimately, you want to graduate and you want that high paying job. Everybody wants that high paying job.
Yeah.
But for us to do that, we want you to get to that finish line.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank you for sharing. Camilla, you were like on mute and off mute. Did you have a question?
Yes, I had a question. I just didn't want to interrupt, but yes, I have two questions. One of them was I kind of missed the part where you mentioned the counseling sessions and where to request that. Do we just email a counselor personally, or?
Yes, just email. So when you go to the counseling website, I'm gonna share my screen.
Mhm.
When you go to the counseling website, I put it in the chat also.
Yes.
you can contact a counselor, and some of the services that we offer, mental health support resources, report concerning behavior, basic needs resources, events, some of our workshops, and we have some really good workshops coming up, and we're constantly updating our workshop page. But these are some of the workshops. The next one is Brave Talk, which is how to talk to friends when they're in need, especially when they're suicidal or they're really down and you really don't know if they're going to hurt themselves. So Brave Talk, it's we're partnering with Maybelline Makeups and the Jed Foundation to bring a guest speaker to talk about Brave Talk. So that's going to be pretty cool. Effective communication with professors, additional coffee talks, human trafficking, and field day. But if you go to our website, click contact a counselor, you'll be able to see all of the counselors right here. And they're broken up by college, okay? So these are all of our counseling locations, or locations with a counseling office. And when you open it, you could actually look at their bio. So different counselors have different specialty areas. I always recommend, it's kind of like when you want to work with somebody, like read their bio, take a look at what they do, read their specialty areas, and then if you want to work with this person, just email them. Tell them, hey, I'm a student. I'd like to schedule an appointment for personal counseling, personal mental health counseling. And they'll be able to give you a little bit more information about, and they'll be able to send you information about their availabilities, or send you a link to schedule an appointment with them. But every counselor have different backgrounds and experiences. So try to connect with the counselor that you think best fits you.
Understood. Yes, that makes perfect sense. And I had a second question actually about the events, which I know I looked at the page, and I was interested to see if there would be any like dance therapeutic events like there was last semester. I tried to attend one, but the room number was inaccurate. So I wanted to also ask if the information on the workshops will have the accurate like room number it would be in and all of that.
Yeah, they should be accurate. What I try to do is when you click any of the workshops, there's always going to be an email that you can contact. I would
Okay.
recommend, if it's not correct, contact the email, because that's the person who's hosting the event. And you know,
Okay.
things happen, things change.
Mhm.
And we're trying to post things that are happening 3 months from now. So we don't know
Awesome.
we don't know if a pipe busting and because of the freeze is going to affect a room or not. So, you know, we appreciate y'all's patience with us sometimes
Yes, yeah, no, of
when that
course.
happens. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure like I was looking in
Uh-huh.
the right place and all of that. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
all. I
And
think that was it.
the other thing is, if you're, so that's going to be interpretive dance, right? But
Yes.
if you go to Engage, and have y'all been to Engage?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, there's tons of events also from Student Life, Rec Sports, student organizations that may not be counseling related or semi-counseling related, but
Mhm.
the events are just, those are specific counseling related. But there's tons of other information that y'all can do on Engage, and it's an amazing platform. If you're not on there, be on there, and then you can see all of the different organizations that are on there.
Got it. Oh, a lot of events, new events were updated. So yeah, I'll be checking that again.
Oh yeah,
Um,
check it all the time. People are posting events like that's happening in 2 days, you know. So it they not everybody posts, not all organizations will post events that happens, you know, 2 or 3 months from now. So I know Asian Culture Club, which I'm one of the advisors for. We have Lunar New Year celebrations, and I haven't posted that yet. So we plan to post that pretty soon.
Awesome. And
Mhm.
then a last thing, kind of relevant to it is relevant to the counseling, but I wanted to ask if I don't think you guys do this, but I thought I would ask anyways. Do you guys do any like uh or have resources for psychological testing or diagnosis?
We do, yes. So we when you work with a counselor, there are some clinics that could be closer to your house that we refer students to often. Okay. So two of the largest clinics are going to be the Hope Clinic and also I can't think of the name. What side of town are you located?
I'm like A-Leaf.
Alief. Okay. So if it's Alief, it's the Hope Clinic.
Got it.
Yeah, and the other big clinic is Legacy.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you don't have insurance, it may be good to get healthcare insurance and then see what's in your network.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. That was all but the questions I had. Thank you.
Felicia, did you have a question? You put yourself on unmute. All right. Anybody else have any other questions?
We don't have any more questions. I'd like to thank all of you for coming today and learning about this wonderful resource that we have that you've already paid for and all your student fees and everything. So that is why it is a free resource to you at the moment. Thank you for coming. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Patrick.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.